Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? Cub here, and welcome back to our Tekkit Classic Reborn adventure. And I believe I called it Tekkit Classic, what did I call it? Tekkit Classic Reloaded or something like that in the last episode. Quite the embarrassing moment when I figured it out in editing. The words are failing me again today. It's becoming this horrible phenomenon that I just can't use the English language that I was raised with. The words, either my vocabulary is running short and I'm repeating the same words over and over, or I'm trying to use new words and they just aren't coming out correctly. In any case, excuse the noise. I have been preparing some items for the next episode, which is going to have us return to building machines. So I thought that would be a fun change of pace since we've been focusing on magic for what? One episode now? Well, actually, after today's episode, 2 episodes. Because we're going to be focusing on something called a Klein Star. Now, Klein is spelled C-L-E-I-N, and that's really the only word that I think I'm pronouncing correctly here. Back in my original Tekkit Classic series, I got so much grief in the comments from people telling me I was just pronouncing all of these horribly wrong, except for Omega. I'm pretty sure I got that one wrong. But Klein Star, Een, Zwei, Dre, I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to pretend like I know how to say these correctly. I'm just going to explain what they do. So you build a Klein Star. As you can see, it has a really high EMC value. I wonder if the old dupe system still works, if we can still duplicate them. We'll have to find out later. But you build these using a diamond and some Mobius fuel. We'll talk about that here in a bit. And you can use it to store EMC. So you see we have 20,000 EMC in here. I've just been feeding random items in there every so often. We don't really want to leave this in the transmutation tablet. What if we want to take it with us or just save it, store it somewhere safe? Well, that's what we use the Klein Star for. And there's many different levels of Klein Star, each holding more and more and more EMC, and each kind of requiring the previous version to create the next. So you can see it just steps all the way backwards. So we're going to be building one of these to store all of our EMC. And the build is pretty straightforward. Diamond and Mobius fuel. Diamond is really straightforward. We have a diamond right there. We'll grab our coal because that's how you make Mobius fuel, and I will demo that right now. So we take our Philosopher's Stone, 4 coal, and it is shapeless, so it doesn't matter where you put it. But in the recipe, it's going to show you like that. So if you want to build it like the recipe. And how many of these are we going to need? So we're going to need 1, 2, 8 pieces of Mobius fuel. This is going to require 4 each. So what is 4 times 8? 16, 32. 32. Okay, so we'll create 32 of these. Or 15, and then we'll run out of coal. Not a problem, we can get more coal. Just grab a stack or so. And continue this. There you go, 32, just enough. We'll put those in here like that and create our 8 Mobius fuel. We'll then take our Mobius fuel and put it in a ring like so with diamond in the center. And there is our Generation 1 Klein Star. Achievement get EMC batteries. And that's a pretty good definition for them. They're EMC batteries. So we're going to take our Klein Star. We're going to drop it into our transmutation tablet. I think just right here. Whoa. That's not what we meant to do. That's definitely not how you do it. As you can see, it just absorbed our Klein Star, which is good because it now has that in there as a recipe, so we could get another one. I think we want to do is put it over there. Yeah, that's it. As you can see, these strange runes here, that they give you directions on how to do things. Not really. But now we have our Klein Star. It's got 36,000... Oh, wait, no, that's our EMC value. Stored, it has 12,157 EMC. And we can put it right back in down here to get that EMC back. Oh, geez, did I mess up just then? No, okay. Well, we don't want to put it in here. We want to put it over here. No, that's not how you do it either. I forget now. How do you do this? Set it in the center? Maybe you do put it down here, but then aren't you supposed to be able to just... Well, I'm confused. I was under the impression that you could just set it in someplace, like there was a box for it somewhere. I thought, at least. I'm almost positive that the correct way to do this is not to just dump it in there and then take it back out and then have the... That can't be correct. I'm going to check the wiki. Alright, so Project E doesn't seem to have a Wikipedia, which is a bit disappointing. But I guess we're just going to have to assume that this is the correct way to use it for now. Just drop it in there and take it back and then get the items that you want. So let's say we want to make a diamond and then collect the rest of the energy. That's a bit of a sloppy interface. But until I can get further confirmation on how to use this, that's what we're gonna have to go with. So if you know the proper way to do this, please let me know. Comment down below, say, Cub, play, hold on, you're not doing that right. There's another way. And then tell me what the other way is, and it'll be groovy. Now, if we wanted to, we could go ahead and create the next level really easily by just duping this. So let's say we have some items in here we're not gonna use. We'll take some emeralds, and as long as we hold on to one of each, we can be sure we can create more later. Although I think you can actually just type in here. Does it know emerald? Ooh, maybe if I typed emerald correctly, it does not. Let's teach it emerald. Learned. And then we'll take emerald back out, and I think if we just type in, maybe you have to have enough to make an emerald, is how it works. We'll feed these back in there, and that gives us 61,306 EM, so enough to make another Klein Star, 2 more Klein Stars. Need a bit more juice in there. Some rubies, sapphire. Get these sapphires over here that don't make any sense, with a different item number that don't work for anything. There we go, our 4th Klein Star. Stick them all down here, and we have leveled up, my friends. I think this might be shapeless too. Yeah, so you can throw them in there any which way and get our Klein Star Zwei, or Zwei, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. Just rage in the comments. But there you go. We now have a leveled up one to store all of our EMC in, and it just goes up from there. You can build all the way up to the Omega, although I will tell you right now, that is a bunch of EMC. And I know how to get a lot of EMC extremely cheatily, but that is for a later video. Now, this episode came up pretty short. That was not intentional. I thought it would be a little bit longer, but that's all I wanted to talk about today. Tune in for the next episode where we build some more machines, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye.